Hey everybody, Z Garcia here. In this video I'm taking a look at Omen, Fires in the East. This is a standalone expansion to Omen, a Reign of War. And you can play this on its own as a small version of the original game, or use it as an expansion, which is how I recommend that you use this. I will not be teaching you how to play the base game, but I just did a review of Omen, a Reign of War. You can check that out if you want to see how the whole game works. Here I'm just showing you what comes in this box and what you can use to mix and match with the original game. So you're going to get coins, you're going to get a board, another board, you're going to get the tokens, and these 2 VP tokens, which are a new way to make victory points. I'll explain how. You get 6 new rewards tiles and some cards. 22 cards split over 4 different types of cards. So, things I enjoy here. New ways to make victory points is something I really like in the game. And you now are going to have these 2 VP tokens. And these characters, the Sphinx category of characters, are treasured. Which means if you're still holding them at the end of the game, they're worth 1 victory point each in your hand. They're also colossal, which means they are huge monsters that take up 2 spaces in a city. I like that. Very, very simple category of characters here. So I do like these. There are only 4 of them, but I like it. And again, anything that makes more victory points, I'm excited about. My favorite of these, however, has got to be the priestesses over here. They have 2 powers. Ritual is 1 power, and Scorned is another one. So the way Ritual works is, when you get to the offering step and you discard a card to get some other cards or coins, if what you discard fulfills the requirement, so in this case, Ritual strength value of 1 or less. If that's the card you discarded and this is in a city for you, you can fulfill that ritual, take this card, flip it face down, and put a 2 VP token, a victory point token on it, set it aside, you've got 2 more victory points. And so the different triggers will be different things. Offering value of 3 or more. Strength value of 3 or more. You know, things like that. So if it qualifies, you get to take a couple of extra victory points, but you are giving up a unit in one of your cities. Really cool. The Scorned power is even cooler, possibly, and that is, if this card is destroyed or discarded from your hand, you are going to get that Scorned power. I really like that because your opponent now has to consider if they want to make you discard cards from your hand, right? I mean, on the table, they can see it coming. They just prepare for it. But from your hand, if you force me to discard cards and I'm holding this, I discard it. An opponent discards 1 card. This one, draw 2 cards. Oh, you made me discard 1? Fine, I draw 2 more. You know, things like that. Gain 2 coins. An opponent loses 2 coins. That might be a big problem for you if you were hoping to do something else this round. So you got to be careful with those. The warriors over here, they're pretty straightforward. They're kind of like soldiers, so they're not the splashiest of characters. And they have a deploy power. When you play it, they do something. But these all have a trigger. If something, then you get to do this. And they feel to me a little bit bigger than soldiers with their powers, but they might not always qualify, right? You have to hold on to them until they would work and then play them. But some of them are great. This one, for example, if you have no coins, when you play this, you get to return an opposing unit in this city to your hand. That's awesome. I get to steal one of my opponent's units into my hand. Very cool stuff. And they all kind of work like that. If you have 2 or fewer units in this city, play the top card of the deck to this city at no cost. These 2 are my favorites. I love those powers. But you're going to get a few different ones that all look for something. You know, if this, that, if you have this much money, if you have this many cards or this few cards, I like those. And then my least favorite of the different characters are the merchants over here. They do something at the end of the search step on the table, so that's nice. You get a little something. But then the barter power, I feel, is uninteresting to me. The way it works is, and it's over here, by the way, you're going to have these player aids in front of you so you can reference what everything means. But barter basically means that during your wealth step, if you discard that card from your hand, you gain 1 extra wealth action on your turn. Not that great. You discard this, and instead of taking, 2 coins and a card, you might take 2 coins and 2 cards. Well, that's trading a card for a card. That's not interesting. Okay, fine. So let's say I want a bunch of coins. If I take 3 coin actions, that means I actually get 4. And then if I discard him, I might take 1 more. Fine, okay. But it's basically trading that card for either another card or a coin. That's not that big a deal. So, yeah, those are not that interesting to me. I love the artwork in this category, actually, but I don't find them very interesting from a power point of view. Besides that, you've got 6 new locations. Like I said, I've taken out a couple of my favorites here, like this one. This rewards tile says, when flipped, destroy a unit in any city. An opponent loses coins equal to the cost of that unit. Nasty move. For a cost of 1 victory point, right? If you give this side up, you go from 2 victory points to 1 victory point, but you are wrecking your opponent. They lose a unit and its cost in coins. So, very strong move. And then this one I also like. It's sort of a wipe the planet off, sort of move. When flipped, destroy all units in one city. Remove the top reward tile in that city from the game. So, you are also speeding up the game a little bit if you're doing this. If you feel like you're winning and you want to hurry it up, you can do it with that. And the other ones are fine, all these are okay. You'll have things like, when flipped, your opponent skips their war and offering steps. That's very nice. You can limit what your opponent can do on their turn, so you can essentially have almost 2 turns back to back. I like that. When flipped, search a deck for a card. I don't really like that, but because it's going to slow down the game. But, things like that. When flipped, draw 2 cards, gain 2 coins. All right. So there you go. That's what's going on in this one. I like it. I think it's a good expansion. I like the flavor in this one. The theme in it a little bit more than I like the flavor in this other standalone expansion, Edge of the Aegean. But I think I like the card types overall a little more in this one, So there you go. That's it. Those are the 2 larger expansions to the game. I myself think I prefer overall the Edge of the Aegean, but this one's great too. I would definitely, if you're looking for a lot of variety, I could see you picking both of these up and then mixing and matching also. You can do it however you want to. So that's it for me. Hopefully that gives you an idea of what you're going to get in the box and if it's something you want to pick up and add to your core game. All right, everybody, I am Z Garcia. I'll see you on the next one. Thanks for checking this out.
Thanks so much for watching another Dice Tower video. If you enjoy our videos, subscribe to the channel for more fun, comprehensive board game coverage. Also, consider joining us at one of our events. Come to Dice Tower Retreat, a small, intimate gathering where gaming is king. Join us for Dice Tower Cruise, the largest board game cruise. Attend Dice Tower West in Las Vegas for gaming fun on the West Coast, or Dice Tower East in Orlando in sunny Florida. Dice Tower Conventions, the friendliest gaming conventions on Earth. I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower.